Hey there friends, I'm Andrew, and a Minecraft movie comes out today, unless I really did not do my job. Now, I have not seen the movie yet, but given that the bad guys are from the Nether, and this quote right here,
if they get their way, this beautiful world and everything in it will wither and die,
leads me to believe that the big bad might just be the Wither. Now, if you've seen it, do not spoil it in the comments. I haven't seen it, I don't know. But today, we're gonna make a giant Wither out of Lego. And since a Minecraft movie likes to take our simple designs and make them much more complex, we're gonna make the Wither as detailed as possible. Let's get to it. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with all my strange content. Back to it. What's a Wither? If we're gonna make a super detailed Wither in a Minecraft movie style, first we have to know what a Wither is. For those out of the loop, the Wither is a player-created mob consisting of 3 Wither skeleton heads and soul sand. This creates this terrifying 3-headed floating skeleton with no limbs. It destroys anything in its path, and your last thoughts usually are, "Oh no, this is all my fault," before it obliterates you. Because, well, you summoned the thing. I'm trying to make this look as creepy as possible. The Minecraft wiki describes the Wither as demonic, which makes sense because its heads are skeletons forged in the fires of the underworld, and its body is made of literal trapped souls, so yeah. I always love the fact that it only has a ribcage and spine. It seems very graphic without crossing that PG line. And as I wrap up this concept, we can now say if we can go from this to this in the movie, then our normal Wither would probably look something like this in the movie. Now we just gotta make him out of Lego. While the game does have a definitive height for the Wither, a Minecraft movie has altered the scale of their blocks and mobs, so I think we can embellish a bit. I'm trying to make the center head roughly equal to 4x4x4 studs, and the side heads 3x3x3. I think the slightly different head sizes will give the Wither a good amount of variety, so it doesn't look like we just stuck 3 squares atop the letter T. For the center head, I did go for that more jagged, demonic approach with a sharp nose bridge and slopes for the head, but the smaller heads are less pronounced. Then it was time to move on to the ribcage / chest cavity, and I did find some trouble here. I wanted to angle the ribs just right, but Studio gets mad if you don't have the absolute most perfectly precise angle. And since I was coming up with this from scratch, I decided to switch over to tinkering in the real world. But speaking of making Lego projects on the computer... Oh, important announcement. I get a lot of requests to do a lot of different things. Anywhere from Invincible and The Last of Us to Garten of Banban. People want very different things. This channel has in-depth videos with me yapping and all that razzle-dazzle. But some people do request just play some nice music, show the step-by-step, push it out there. So I have made a second channel called JustTheScraps, in which I do more relaxed videos. You should check it out. I always feel like I block the camera with my big, meaty claws! But I did manage to finish up one of the little heads, give it a twin, and then make the big head's jaw, teeth, and other parts.
What?
Working on the body, I went a different route than on Studio. I started with these sockets, which I wanted the necks to connect to, and then built around that specific function. It may not end up being the most stable creation in the universe, but it does look jagged and decrepit, which is what I'm going for. I've always really loved skeletal enemies in games. They're just absolutely fascinating and are both terrifying and whimsical. Except for these guys. These guys suck. The 2x2 plate comes in really handy as its Technic hole in the middle allows us to go from Technic sockets straight back to standard Lego. And while this may not be my first ribcage design, or frankly my second, I think it's looking about the right size for our Wither. Add a few details and then it's ready for a mean xylophone solo. Now I just have to make the rest of its spine, which I called the tail. And I'm using this Technic connector at the bottom for some extra jagged flair. And with that, our Wither is complete. Detailed, while still holding its classic look, just like they do in the Minecraft movie. I think he looks really, really cool. Now, We can't just make a Wither on his own because he can't stand on his own. So obviously we're going to have to make a base for him. While I do love to make my 16 by 16 bases, I think a little base with something special might just work out. This is a box full of lights. We've got big ones and tiny ones. But today I think we're gonna use this weird thing and these lights that are hopefully correctly labeled as purple. I'm gonna try to light the whole thing up with LEDs, not like blow it up. I'm gonna start out with an 8x8 base that's covered in lava, stone, and nether blocks. Looming over the whole thing will be our massive Wither, and then atop the blocks will be our way in over their heads, Steve. I'm gonna try to make the lava glow orange, and the eyes of the Wither glow purple. I've got my basic lava mapped out with holes for the wires, and our weird light worm will be scrunched up at the bottom. I'm testing to make sure these lights really are purple, and then I can begin my wiring. In the past, has my wiring been the best? No. Have I learned a lot? Yes. Am I hoping that it's gonna work out well? Obviously, yes. Will it work out well? You're gonna have to find out. I don't know yet. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't have any of a Minecraft movie's sets, but if the movie's good, I'm gonna have to go out and get them. But until then, we're gonna use a regular Steve. I gave him mismatched armor, as when I started out playing, my armor never matched. And we'll just go ahead and stick him right to the top. Now, the instructions to this super detailed Wither are going to be on my Patreon for Patreon members, of course. Link is in the description. And thank you to all my wonderful members. You're the reason why I can do what I do. You're the reason why I can go watch a Minecraft movie later. So, bottom of my heart, thank you. All right, all the pieces are together, which means we're gonna take a final look. I'm happily surprised. It looks good, the base looks great, and the wiring worked out well. You know what that means, right? I'm gonna have to make more in the future and build onto the nether. Oh man, so terrible. Guess you'll just have to like and subscribe to see those in the future. I'm sorry. Anyways, alright, as always, I've been Andrew, you've been watching The Scrap Box. Have yourself a wonderful day, and tell me what you want to see next down in the comments. Whether it's more Minecraft stuff, whether it's different stuff. Like I said, I have not one, but 2 channels, so if it doesn't make it on this one, if it's not like a big refined project, it'll probably make it onto the second one. Alright, you have a wonderful day. Don't spoil the movie for anybody if they haven't seen it. Like I said, this whole thing was just a guess based off of the trailer. But you have a good one. See ya. Bye.
He's doing like a strut. He's doing like he's walking like how, that's how like reptiles walk. They'll do like that.